The rain had just started, pattering against the windows of my quiet suburban home. I had lived alone for 15 years, my life reduced to routine. Morning coffee, the long commute, and the empty evenings. There was nothing extraordinary about me anymore, at least not since that night. I tried not to think about it. About the woman who wasn't a woman at all. About the shimmering eyes, the soft voice, the way she'd stood in my kitchen, pretending to be a maid when in truth she was something far stranger, something beyond earth. One night was all we had, and then she vanished. I told myself it was a dream, a fevered illusion. But every time I passed the corner of the kitchen where we had stood, I felt the ghost of her presence. That night 15 years ago had left a scar across my life. So when the knock came on my door, sharp, urgent, almost trembling, I felt it in my bones before I even opened it. And there she was. Chapter 2. The Maid Who Wasn't. She looked exactly as I remembered, though time had clearly marked her in ways I couldn't explain. Her hair was still silver black, flowing like strands of moonlight. Her eyes glowed faintly, not with the brightness of youth, but with the weight of years. "Eli," she whispered, my name carrying the softness of a memory. My throat closed. "No, that's not possible." She smiled faintly, a sad curve of her lips. 15 years. You thought I'd never return. But I never stopped searching. The rain blurred everything behind her, as if the world had fallen away. I stepped aside without a word, and she entered my house again like she'd never left. Only now she carried something with her, an aura of desperation. Chapter 3. Ghosts of the Past. We sat at the same table where we once shared whispered words long ago. She moved with grace, but her hands trembled as she touched the wooden surface. "You were my last assignment," she admitted quietly. "A mission on Earth, hidden under the guise of servitude. I was sent to observe, to mingle. And then I tried to say it, but the words stuck in my chest. "Yes," she breathed. "We did what no one from my world ever expected. We bound ourselves in the oldest way possible." Her eyes searched mine, pleading. "Do you regret it?" I looked away. 15 years of loneliness had been born from that night. Yet regret, well, it was something far deeper, fear, longing, guilt. "I don't know," I admitted. Her hand brushed mine, light as falling ash. "You should know something. That night, it did not end with us." Chapter 4. The Revelation. She stood and opened the door, gesturing into the rain. My breath caught. A figure stepped into the doorway. Young, no more than young. 15 years old. Human in form, but the eyes betrayed everything. The same glowing eyes as hers. My heart thundered. "Is that?" "Yes," she said, her voice breaking. "Your daughter." The girl looked at me, half curious, half frightened. She clutched a small satchel as if it were her shield. I felt the ground sway beneath me. All those years of emptiness, and all along somewhere beyond Earth, a part of me had lived, breathed, grown. Chapter 5. Truths Laid Bare. We talked until the storm outside faded into silence. She told me of her world, of the forbidden act of binding with an outsider, of the punishment she faced. They had stripped her of everything, her rank, her home, forcing her into exile. But she had one purpose that kept her alive: protecting our child. "She has gifts," she whispered, glancing at the girl who now explored my shelves with curious fingers. "Half human, half of my kind. That makes her dangerous to them. And precious." "Why come back now?" I asked, still reeling. "Because they found her," she said simply. "And if I fall, I need you to know her. To keep her safe." The weight of it crushed me. A life I had buried was demanding to be lived again. Chapter 6. The Daughter. Later that evening, while her mother rested, the girl sat across from me. She had her mother's glow, but my features softened into something strange yet familiar. "Do you hate me?" she asked suddenly. The question struck like lightning. "Why would I?" "Because I was born from something that ruined your life," she said matter-of-factly. She told me. I leaned forward, my voice shaking. "No, you are not ruin. You are proof. Proof that what we shared wasn't a mistake. Proof that love can cross worlds." Her eyes widened slightly. A small, cautious smile formed. For the first time in 15 years, I felt something warm break open inside me. Chapter 7. The threat arrives. But peace did not last. That night, as shadows deepened, the air outside hummed. A low, vibrating thrum I hadn't heard since she first appeared all those years ago. "They've come," she whispered, pulling me and the girl close. Through the window, I saw lights descending, alien craft, sharp and gleaming against the night. "They will take her," she said, "unless we stand together." Her eyes locked onto mine, filled with fire. 15 years ago we bound ourselves. Tonight we fight for what that bond created. Chapter 8. The Stand. I had no weapons but the courage born from desperation. Together, the three of us stood in the doorway of my small house as the ships landed, their silver hulls reflecting the trembling earth. Figures emerged, tall, cloaked, their faces hidden. They spoke in a language that rattled the air, demanding surrender. But the girl stepped forward, her eyes glowing brighter than either of ours. She lifted her hand, and with it came a surge of energy that cracked through the night like lightning. The figures staggered, their command broken. "She is stronger than they know," her mother whispered, awe mixing with fear. And in that moment I realized. She was not here to be hidden. She was here to belong. Chapter 9. A Family Reclaimed. When dawn finally came, the ships were gone. Whether destroyed or retreated, I did not know. All I knew was that the three of us were still standing. Exhaustion dragged at me, but the sight of them, my daughter radiant and unbroken, and her mother proud despite the years of loss, anchored me in a way I hadn't felt in half a lifetime. The house felt different now. No longer empty. No longer haunted. She looked at me, her hand finding mine once more. "After 15 years. Do you still want me here?" I pulled her close, feeling the weight of the years dissolve. I never stopped. Chapter 10. The Strong Ending. The sun rose over the wet earth, painting the world gold. My daughter stood in the doorway, the light haloing her as though she were born of it. For the first time in years, I wasn't just Eli, the man who lived alone in silence. I was a father. I was a partner. I was part of something greater than myself. The past had returned, not to haunt me, but to give me a future. And as we stood together in the doorway of my house, the three of us, I knew that no matter what came next, we were bound. Across time, across worlds. Forever.